For this reason, God sends them a strong delusion, so that they will believe the lie, so that all will be condemned, those who did not believe the truth, but delighted in unrighteousness. That's 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 11 and 12. I think that there's a great delusion going on, a great distraction, a great lie. And I've talked about it over and over again in videos. And I'm not here to point fingers at people that I think who it is. I mean, I mention names from time to time. But this great delusion, this great deception, you have to understand, if you really think about it, this isn't for the people that are the sinners or the ones with the reprobate mind. They don't need to be deceived, folks. There doesn't need to be anything to cause them to go astray and to not see the truth. They already don't see it. This deception, this delusion, it's for believers. It's for the people that think that they understand the truth, that think that they know the way. But it's to distract them. It's to lead them astray. Satan's not out there trying to gather up and pervert and distract his own people, the people that are already living his way. He's not working to try to bring them down with him. They're already there, folks. The deception, the delusion, the distraction, it's for folks like you and I. And we need to be very well guarded. The things that are taking place behind the scenes, the things that if you really pay attention, if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, this beast system, this great reset, this golden era, this new order of the world, it's taking place right now, folks. And it's, in my opinion, I don't believe this is leading us into a new better tomorrow, some new revival of freedom, of spiritual religion and all this kind of stuff. I don't think that that's what's going to happen. If you look at the players that are in place and the things that they're saying, the things that they're doing, the implementation of more and more higher technologies, digital currencies that are very prevalent. Do we here in the United States have a central bank digital currency? No, not yet. But the fact that everyone has been conditioned for quite a while to accept digital currencies, digital identifications, digital ways to transact and to do business, it's become so normalized that when and if a central bank digital currency or some type of digital currency is implemented, it would be a pretty smooth transition. Most people wouldn't even notice it. You know, everything is just kind of instant and digital, and the tracking and the ability to monitor what everyone is doing is becoming so commonplace that even just 20 years ago, the average American would have been shocked to think that these things that are now normal would actually be happening. The move towards transhumanism, which is, talked about that yesterday. The whole pandemic was a big part of that. Encouraging people to get vaccinated, encouraging people to accept a new way to attack a disease, and this fear that this disease is going to, eradicate us all. That's why I believe that there's another pandemic around the corner. Is it bird flu? It seems to be the likely candidate, but it could be something else. We're seeing that in social media, in the news. As much as everyone was excited that Twitter was bought up so that it could be a real, true free speech platform, and In some ways, it has been. It's also centralizing things. We're watching things being very centralized with just a few players that are in control of it, just like the mainstream legacy media is only controlled by a few people. The internet's the same way. We're watching narratives, psyops, being pushed online to where everyone believes a certain thing that may not be true, or people are constantly in fear of what may happen. We're watching the powers that be, the governments, the rulers of the world, do a very good job of dividing and conquering us. Just think in the last several years, the division between races, black and white, the divisions between men and women, the divisions between, with all the transgenderism, the divisions of opening the doors and allowing illegals to flood into the countries here in the United States, Europe, other places, so that things can fall apart and there be this hatred between two peoples. And who's going to be the one to offer the solution? Well, government. They're the only ones that can. So government is the one that has to come in and fix this problem that they created, of creating division and chaos and strife. They're the ones that fixes it. We're watching these problems happen all over, and what we're seeing is this big orchestration starting to be put into place. The implementation of higher technologies, of artificial intelligence. It's fun, it's cool to make a new image by just typing it into your phone or your computer, and the artificial intelligence creates it, or to ask it a question and get some silly answer, or to actually get some good answers. It's becoming dependent. It's becoming used to this level of technology. This level of technology that will eventually rule us. Most experts have said that and warned that for years. We're watching the implementation and the normalization of the bringing together of flesh and technology. Neuralink and other things like that. I believe it's very much spoken of in Daniel's prophecy. It's very possible, where you have the iron and the clay, the technology and the flesh. And it's being normalized. It's being okay. Again, a couple of decades ago, most Americans would be absolutely shocked, horrified to hear of these things. And today, it's normalized because people have been deceived, people have been dissuaded, people have been convinced that this is okay. I personally think over the next few years, and it's not just because Donald Trump is getting ready to take office, I just think that we're at that point that over the next few years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 6 years, whatever, that we are going to see this massive, rapid propulsion into this digital technological world. Yes, we've already been there. Yes, we have higher technologies now than ever. I was just talking with telling stories with the children yesterday of my great-grandparents, things that I can remember as a child, them telling me. I have one great-grandfather. He was much, much older. And so he was a great-grandfather, and he was actually born in like the 1870s. And I was telling stories that I grew up hearing about his life and how much has changed. And I said, it's amazing that, I'm not even 50 yet. And yet I can remember stories being told to me by people that actually lived this life of before they had electricity, before they were using televisions and things like that, riding in horse-drawn carriages. So that in one lifetime, mine, I'm maybe not seeing it myself, but at least hearing directly first-person stories of this pretty much ancient world, and then also now seeing this massive, rapid, high technology advancements. We're moving fast, and it's for a purpose. It's for a purpose to get us to a place where things can easily be controlled. Your money, your body, your health, your thoughts, your movement, everything can be controlled. It has to be that way for the system to actually be put into place. And I have a very eerie gut feeling that over the next few years, we're going to see those things start to be put into place. We've got the right people being put into the positions. Elon Musk being one of them. The acceptance now of digital currencies, and many of the people in the Trump administration is very big in digital currencies. Maybe not central bank digital currencies, but certainly crypto and digital currencies. There's a lot of high advanced technology that's being talked about to be used over the next few years, to be rapidly implemented. We're watching a system being developed. And I just want to warn you, use some caution and be ready for this, because we're going to wake up one day. I think it'll hit us pretty fast. Wake up one day and we'll realize it's all here. And the deception was to get the Bible-believing people, the conservatives, the people that have been against this all along. The deception was to get them to fall in line and to accept it. And it'll be here before you know it, folks. So you better be ready for it. It's time to get your houses in order and prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.